watch the night begin to fade without a sound or sign, like everything we built together was left behind in time. The colors of the room grow pale, like fading photographs, and even memories start to lose their path. I try to hold on to the details, but they slip through my hands, like water running through the lines I planned. I know nothing stays the same forever. Even love must change its shape, but some goodbyes don't arrive, they just escape. It's a slow dissolve of feeling that I cannot control, a quiet kind of breaking in the soul. And every echo in the silence feels like it understands a love that slowly vanishes from my hands. I walk through days that feel less certain, like edges wearing thin, as if the world forgot the place I've been. Your voice appears in distant echoes, then fades before I reach, like something just beyond my grasp and speech. The city moves without me noticing. Time doesn't look behind, but I'm still standing in the place you left behind. I thought I'd feel it ending clearly, like a door would gently close, but endings often happen without shows. It's a slow dissolve of memory that lingers in my chest, a quiet kind of losing what I loved best. And every time the sound returns, it brings you back again to everything that slowly fades. And then maybe love was never meant to stay in solid form. It changes like the weather after the storm. And maybe I was never ready to watch it disappear, so I keep living in the fading you left here. Now I don't fight the fading anymore, I let it be, because even disappearing love belongs to me. The night becomes a quiet witness to what remains, a love that slowly softens into stains. And somewhere in the dissolving silence, you still exist, a fragile kind of memory I can't resist. It's a slow dissolve of feeling that never really ends, just echoes of a story with what comes after everything, when nothing feels the same, just scattered thoughts that still remember your name. The air feels heavier in small moments, like it knows what was lost, as if the silence carries weight of cost. I move through days without direction, just learning how to breathe. But even breathing feels like something I can't believe. I thought the hardest part was leaving, but that was not the truth. The hardest part is what remains of you. This is the quiet aftermath I live, no ending I can see, just pieces of what used to be in me. And every echo in the silence feels like it pulls me through to everything I still remember with you. The world keeps acting like it's normal, like nothing ever broke, but I am living in the meaning of what you spoke. Even time feels slightly different, like it moves out of place when I remember how you used to stay. The smallest things become reminders I never asked to keep. They follow me into my thoughts and sleep. I thought that I would feel it end, like something clean and done, but aftermaths don't finish, they run. This is the quiet aftermath I hold, no closure in my hands, just fragments of a love that still stands. And every time the sound returns, it takes me back again to everything that never ended then. Maybe love doesn't disappear, it just changes form and weight, from something shared in daylight to fate. And maybe I was never ready for what came after you, so I keep living in the aftermath. It's true. For answers, I let them fade, because even aftermath are made. The night becomes a quiet witness to what I keep, a love that never fully ended in sleep. And somewhere in the quiet damage, you still remain, a fragile kind of echo in my pain. This is the quiet aftermath I live. this quiet aftermath, I do. I read your silence like a message I was never meant to keep. Hidden meanings underneath what you didn't speak. Every pause felt like a language I tried to understand, but nothing ever stayed the same in my hand. We said so little, but it carried more than words could show. Like something neither of us knew how to let go. I thought I heard you clearly in everything unsaid, but silence builds its own truth in my head. It's all between the lines now that I keep replaying through. A quiet kind of story about us two, and every echo in the silence feels like it knows my name. A love that never spoke aloud, but came. I walk through memories half written, like pages torn apart, where every missing word still feels like heart. Even time feels like a riddle I can't quite solve or place. Like everything we were is lost in space. The world keeps talking in full sentences, but I hear something else, like fragments of what we became ourselves. I thought that clarity would help me to finally be free, but some things only make sense quietly. It's all between the lines now that I still can't read right. A soft and blurred reminder every night, and every time the sound returns, it pulls me back again to everything we almost said back then. Maybe love was never spoken, it lived in what we hid, in all the things we nearly did. This even hidden meaning shapes me. The night becomes a quiet witness to what we were, a love that lived between the lines in blur. And somewhere in that silence, you still feel true, a fragile kind of meaning I go through. It's all between the lines now, they never fade away, a quiet kind of love that stays. And if the world forgets the reason, I still hold on to you. Between the lines, it's true. I wonder when we started fading without a warning sign, like something slowly slipped away in time. We didn't break in any moment, no loud or final sound, just silence growing thicker all around. I still remember how we tried to make it feel the same, but even love can lose its shape and name. I thought we'd talk it through someday and fix what went wrong, but silence wrote its own way all along. This is when we fade out slowly, no clear beginning, end, just something we can't hold on to or mend. And every echo in the silence feels like it knows our truth of everything we used to be. Me and you. We pass each other like we're careful not to say too much, like words might bring back everything we touched. The world keeps acting like it's normal, like nothing's out of place, but I can see the distance in your face. Even memories feel lighter, like they don't wanna stay, as if they're slowly learning to fade away. I thought that love would end with meaning, a moment we could see, but fading doesn't ask to be. This is when we fade out slowly, no fight left in the air, just quiet resignation everywhere. And every time the sound returns, it pulls me back again to everything we almost saved back then. Maybe love was never steady, it shifts without control, a gentle kind of breaking of the soul. And maybe I was never ready for something so unclear, so I keep all the fading here. I let it be, because even fading love teaches me. The night becomes a quiet witness to what we knew, a love that slowly faded from view. And somewhere in the fading distance, you still remain, a fragile kind of memory in my pain. This is when we fade out slowly, no closure, no goodbye, just something that keeps drifting by. And if the world forgets the reason, I still hold on to you. When we fade out, it's true. Days that feel too wide, like something's missing in the air. Even the light looks half alive without you there. The world keeps moving like it should, but I don't move the same. It feels like I'm just passing through without a name. I hear your presence in the spaces between each passing sound, like something I can almost touch but can't hold down. I told myself I'd learn to breathe without what we had, but breathing feels like something I forgot I ever had. It's this hollow distance in my chest that never seems to end, a quiet kind of longing I defend. And every echo in the silence feels like it pulls me back to every little piece of us I lack. I try to fill the empty hours with anything I find, but nothing stays in place for long. Inside my mind, even laughter from the outside world feels far away and thin, like I'm behind a glass I can't step in. The night becomes a slow reminder of everything we were, a memory that never learns to blur. I thought that time would make it lighter, time just makes the quiet increase. It's this hollow distance in my chest that lingers when I sleep, a broken kind of promise I still keep. And every time the sound returns, it pulls me through the past, to all the things I couldn't make last. Maybe love was never built to stay within our hands. It drifts away like shifting sand from plan. And maybe I was never ready for what would come apart, so I carry all the distance in my heart. Fight the emptiness, I let it stay, because even hollow spaces have their way. The night becomes a quiet mirror of what I feel inside, a love that never truly left but died. And somewhere in that hollow feeling, you still remain, a fragile kind of echo in my pain. It's this hollow distance in my chest that never lets me go, a quiet kind of absence I still know. And if the world forgets the reason, I still hold on to you inside this hollow distance. It's true. Never gave a final sentence, no closing of the door, just silence that kept stretching evermore. I kept expecting something clearer, a moment I could name, but you just slowly disappeared the same. No anger, no last conversation, no words to mark the end, just distance learning how to be a friend. I thought I needed closure to finally move ahead, but silence can be louder than what was said. There was no final goodbye from you, just fading in the air, a quiet kind of leaving everywhere. And every echo in the silence still calls your name to me, a love that never ended, technically. I walk through days that feel unfinished, like pages left half read, where every thought still circles what we said. Even time feels less important, like it lost its weight when everything we had just slowly changed its state. The world keeps talking like it knows me, but I don't feel the same. Like I'm still stuck inside the space you became. I thought that endings came with structure, a moment I could see. But some departures happen quietly. There was no final goodbye from you, no line to mark the fall, just absence learning how to be it all. And every time the sound returns, it pulls me back again to everything we didn't say back then. Maybe love doesn't need a finish to stop existing here. It just dissolves into the air and fear. And maybe I was never ready for something so unclear, so I keep all your silence near. Wait for answers, I let it stay, because even unfinished things have their way. The night becomes a quiet witness to what we knew, a love that never said goodbye but withdrew. And somewhere in that ending space, you still remain, a fragile kind of silence in my pain. There was no final goodbye from you, just echoes left behind, a quiet kind of ending in my mind. Forgets the reason I still hold on to you. No final goodbye is true. You never gave a final sentence, no closing of the door, just silence that kept stretching evermore. I kept expecting something clearer, a moment I could name, but you just slowly disappeared, the same. No anger, no last conversation, no words to mark the end, just distance, learning how to be a friend. I thought I needed closure to finally move ahead, but silence can be louder than what was said. I've been drifting through the hours without a place to land. Like every step I take is slipping through my hand. The world keeps moving in its rhythm, but I fall out of time, as if I lost the part of me that used to align. Even silence feels less empty than it used to be before, because now it only reminds me what I'm searching for. I thought I'd find my balance if I just kept moving on, but drifting doesn't end when you're gone. I'm just drifting without you now, through spaces undefined, a quiet kind of emptiness inside my mind. And every echo in the silence feels like it pulls me through to all the pieces of myself I lost with you. I pass through days like passing shadows without leaving a trace, like I'm a stranger to the moments I face. Even time feels unreliable, it bends without a plan, like nothing ever holds its shape in my hand. The city lights look unfamiliar, like they've forgotten me, as if I'm just a passing thought at sea. I thought that I would feel direction once I let you go, but drifting only shows me what I know. I'm just drifting without you now, no anchor, no reply, a quiet kind of motion passing by. And every time the sound returns, it drags me back again to everything I lost in you back then. Maybe love was just a harbor I never learned to stay, and maybe I was never ready to drift away. So I carry every distance inside my chest, a wandering kind of silence, I confess. Now I don't try to stop it, I let it be, because even drifting endlessly is part of me. The night becomes a quiet ocean without a shore in sight, a love that never taught me how to write. And somewhere in the moving distance, you still feel near, a fragile kind of memory I hold dear. I'm just drifting without you now, through everything I knew, a fading kind of journey without to hold us somewhere along the way. What used to feel so certain started to decay. Now every conversation ends before it really starts, like we're just carefully avoiding our parts. Even silence feels rehearsed now, like we already know that anything we try to say won't go. I thought we'd find the right words to fix what slipped away, but some things lose their language along the way. There's nothing left to say now, no reason to pretend. A quiet kind of ending that won't mend, and every echo in the silence still carries what we knew. A love that slowly stopped being true. I see you in the smallest gestures we no longer repeat, like echoes of a rhythm incomplete. Even time feels less important, like it doesn't care that everything we built is still half there. The world keeps speaking in full sentences, but we don't speak the same. Like every word we almost say turns tame. I thought that talking might restore us, but talking made it clear that some connections fade while still near. There's nothing left to say now, just silence in between. A quiet kind of distance, unseen. And every time the sound returns, it pulls me back again to everything we lost in words back then. Maybe love doesn't need answers to know it's gone. It just stops speaking softly and moves on. And maybe I was never ready for what would come to be, so I keep all our silence in me. Try to finish it, I let it fade, because even unfinished words are made. The night becomes a quiet witness to what we were, a love that slowly lost its voice in blur. And somewhere in that ending stillness, you still remain, a fragile kind of silence in my pain. There's nothing left to say now, no reason left to try. A quiet kind of ending to say. It's true. I keep searching for the moment where you start to fade away, but every memory I reach for still wants to stay. It's hard to tell where you end now and where I begin. Like something in my story won't give in. The past still breathes in quiet corners I never left behind. A gentle kind of confusion in my mind. I thought that time would draw a line and make it clear to see, but nothing ever separates you from me. Where you end and I begin is something I can't find, a blurred and fragile boundary in my mind. And every echo in the silence feels like it knows the truth of everything we became, me and you. I walk through days without direction, like I'm half of what I was, as if I lost the other part, because even silence feels divided between then and now, like nothing really answers how. The world keeps acting like it knows me, but I don't feel the same. Like I'm just carrying fragments of your name. I thought I'd feel more whole by now, but I feel split in two between what I became and you. Where you end and I begin keeps shifting every day. A quiet kind of confusion won't go away. And every time the sound returns, it pulls me back once more to everything we used to be before. Maybe love was never simple. It blurred the lines between two hearts that slowly turned unseen. don't try to define it, I let it blur. Because even unclear endings still occur. The night becomes a quiet witness to what remains. A love that never fully left its chains. And somewhere in that blurred horizon, you still feel true. A fragile kind of ending I go through. Where you end and I begin is something I can't say. A quiet kind of merging that won't decay. And if the world forgets the reason, I still hold on to you. In everything I am, it's you. It's you. It's you. I keep searching for the moment where you start to fade away. But every memory I reach for still wants to stay. It's hard to tell where you end now and where I begin. Like something in my story won't give in. The past still breathes in quiet corners I never left behind. A gentle kind of confusion in my mind. I thought the time would draw a line and make it clear to see, but nothing ever separates you from me. I don't fight the feeling anymore. I let it stay with me, like something I was meant to keep. I'm free. The days don't heal the way they promised. They only rearrange the way I hold your memory through change. I carry you in quieter ways that no one ever sees. A gentle kind of weight in me. I thought the time would take you out of everything I knew, but time just taught me how to live with you. I'll hold on until it fades, if it ever really does. A soft and steady breaking of us, and every echo in the silence feels like it understands. A love that never leaves me, but it can't stand. I walk walk through life without a hurry, just moving through the stream. Like everything I touch now is less than it seems. Even happiness feels distant, like it doesn't know my name, as if I'm not the same again. The world keeps spinning like it always did, but I don't feel the turn. Like I'm still waiting for a lesson to learn. I thought I'd reach a final moment where I would feel release, but nothing here is final, at least. I'll hold on until it fades, even if it never goes. A quiet kind of memory that grows. And every time the sound returns, it pulls me back through time to everything that still feels mine. Maybe love was never built to leave without a trace. It stays inside the smallest space. And maybe I was never ready to say it's truly gone, so I keep holding on long. Now I don't ask for answers, I let it be, because even fading love is part of me. The night becomes a quiet witness to what remains, a love that softly lingers in my veins. And somewhere in the fading light, you still exist, a fragile kind of memory I can't resist. I'll hold on until it fades, if fading ever comes, a quiet kind of ending, undone. And if the world forgets the reason, I still hold on to you until it fades. It's true. I said I'm fine, but that's not honest. It's just the way I cope. Some days I speak in easy answers to hide the hope. The mirror shows a softer stranger I barely recognize, with quiet cracks beneath the surface in my eyes. I keep my voice controlled and steady, so no one sees the strain that silence has a way of leaking through the pain. I thought I'd learn to keep it buried, to lock it all away, but feelings don't obey the rules I say. It's a quiet breakdown happening behind a steady face, a slow collapse of everything I can't replace. And every echo in the silence feels like it knows the truth of everything I lost in you. I move through rooms like I'm invisible inside my own life, cutting through the smallest moments like a knife. The world keeps talking all around me, but I don't hear a thing, like I'm existing on the edges of everything. Even memories arrive too loudly, then fade too fast again, like broken fragments of a time back then. I told myself I'd stay composed, that I would not fall apart, but some emotions break through walls in the heart. It's a quiet breakdown happening in places no one sees, a storm that never makes a sound but freeze. And every time the sound returns, it drags me underneath to everything I never said beneath. Maybe love was never simple, it fractures over time, leaving pieces of a feeling that won't align. And maybe I was never ready to hold it all alone, so I carry every silence in my bones. To fix the silence, I let it breathe, because even broken moments teach me to leave. The night becomes a quiet witness to what I hide, a love that slowly turned inward inside. And somewhere in the breaking stillness, you still remain, a fragile kind of memory in my pain. It's a quiet breakdown happening, but I stay standing still, a silent kind of ending that I feel. If the world forgets the reason, I still remember you inside this quiet breakdown. It's true. time could not sustain, like words we thought would always mean the same. At the moment they felt certain, like they would never break. But distance has a way of changing what we make. I still remember how we said them, like they were carved in there. But now they feel like echoes somewhere. I thought that if we meant them, they would stay intact. But even truth can fracture looking back. These are empty promises now, still hanging in my mind. A fragile kind of memory I can't unwind. And every echo in the silence feels like it knows the truth of everything we swore to, me and you. I walk through days that feel unsteady, like nothing holds its place, as if the world forgot the shape of grace. Even simple conversations feel heavier than before, like every word I hear just leads to more. The past keeps slipping into present without permission or sound, like something I can't leave behind. I thought that time would soften it and take the weight away, but some promises don't fade, they stay. These are empty promises now that never fade to dust, a quiet kind of breaking in trust. And every time the sound returns, it pulls me back again to all the words we never kept back then. Maybe love was built on moments that couldn't hold their shape, a fragile kind of future we escape. And maybe I was never ready to see them fall apart, so I keep all these promises in my heart. Because even broken promises teach me. The night becomes a quiet witness to what we were, a love that slowly turned into blur. And somewhere in those empty echoes, you still remain, a fragile kind of promise in my pain. These are empty promises now that never go away, a quiet kind of memory that stays. these empty promises, it's true.
Look for traces in the silence of what we used to be, but all I find are empty spaces between you and me. The world keeps acting like it's normal, like nothing ever changed, but everything inside me feels rearranged. Carry fragments of your presence in ways I can't explain, a gentle kind of memory that stays. I thought that I would lose you fully with enough time apart, but some connections don't erase the heart. This is what remains of us now, a quiet aftertone, a soft and fading echo all alone. And every sound that slips through silence feels like it knows my name, a love that never really left, changed. I walk through days that feel familiar, but something isn't right. Like part of me is missing from the light. Even simple conversations feel half of what they were, like words forgot the meaning of her. The world keeps turning like it should, but I don't feel the spin, like I'm still somewhere in between. And then I thought I'd reach a final place where everything would end, but some beginnings never suspend. This is what remains of us now, no beginning, no end, just echoes of a feeling I defend. And every time the sound returns, it takes me back again to everything we used to be back then. Maybe love was never whole from the very start, just pieces learning how to stay in the heart. And maybe I was never ready to see it fall apart, I keep here. This is what remains of us now, still lingering in time, a quiet kind of ending that won't climb. And if the world forgets the reason, I still hold on to you. What remains of us is true. The night is almost over now, but I'm still wide awake, watching shadows lose their shape with every breath I take. Your absence sits in quiet corners I cannot ignore, like something warm that used to live here before. I tell myself I'll be alright, that this will pass in time, but some feelings don't dissolve, they only realign. I thought the morning would be kinder, that light would make things clear, but even daylight carries traces of you near. It's just a fading afterglow of everything we were, a quiet kind of ending I still prefer. And every echo in the silence feels like it knows my name, a soft reminder of the love that changed. I move through hours without direction, just letting time unfold, but every moment feels a little less bold. The world keeps speaking in its rhythm, but I don't hear the same, like everything has lost its meaning without your name. Even the air feels unfamiliar, like it forgot the past, as if nothing I held tightly could last. I thought I'd find a way to fix it by waiting through the night, but waiting only stretches the light. It's just a fading afterglow that never fully leaves, a quiet kind of memory it believes. And every time the sound returns, it pulls me back again to all the love that slipped away back then. Maybe love was just a moment that couldn't stay in place, a beautiful illusion time erased. And maybe I was never ready to watch it drift apart, so I keep its fading afterglow in my heart. Now I don't try to chase the feeling, I let it fade. 'Cause even disappearing light has its shade. The night becomes a quiet witness to what remains, a love that slowly softens into stains. And somewhere in the fading distance, you still appear, a fragile kind of afterlight I keep near.